Acharya ji sharing something from Tuhi. Tuhi addressed the crowd. This is the time for every man to renounce the thoughts of his petty problems of gain, of comfort, of self-gratification. And then Godhaman says, I was able to hold off on self-gratifying things like drinking, smoking, weed, masturbation, etc. I have done this on and off in the past, but last time was the longest, which was 8 months without any substitutes. I rebounded last month and continued again with these petty things. I tried to look honestly during the action, and it was all physical, mental conditioning, and lack of willpower. Interestingly, I was proud of my 8 months, and I'm not feeling guilty for the last month. First question, these habits, is it possible to get rid of them for good? Or does the devil take only an intermittent break and eventually comes back? Second, rhetorical question, is it necessary to clean my habits for freedom? Is it a prerequisite? I understand this is a stupid question, as there is no freedom when something is needed to keep me relaxed. Thanks and gratitude, Godhaman. The devil, Godhaman, is just a filler. The devil is just an occupier of vacant space. You have talked of all the so-called bad habits, drinking, smoking, weed, masturbation. You have said that you kept them at bay for 8 months. You have preferred not at all to talk of what was it in those 8 months that helped you keep these things away. Man is designed to seek. Man is restlessness. Man cannot be contented the way animals are. Give a rabbit enough grass and then look at its face. Look at the way it relaxes. Not one care in the world. No future to look forward to. No past to annoy him. Nothing. The stomach is full. The rabbit is full. Man is different. Man needs something else to fill him up, give him fulfillment. If you give that thing to yourself, then you will not be in need of cheap substitutes. If you will not give that thing to yourself, no substitute will last long. Don't you see, no animal wants liberation and no animal wants wealth. No animal wants liberation and no animal wants liquor. No animal wants liberation and no animal smokes weed. No animal wants liberation and no animal wants knowledge. No animal wants liberation and no animal looks forward to the future. Now you know why we look forward to the future. Now you know why we smoke weed. Now you know why we do all the things that we do and animals don't. Because we want liberation. If somehow, by a miracle of evolution, comes another species of animals that starts wanting liberation, you will find that that species too starts using weed and liquor and money and power and prestige and everything else. Because man wants liberation, hence man wants all these things. Man wants all these things thinking that these things can lead to liberation. But instead of leading to liberation, these things become a substitute for liberation. Are you getting it? The rabbit does not want liberation. Hence, the rabbit wants no money. Man thinks money can give him liberation, so man accumulates money. But money is at most a feeble substitute. It does not give the real thing. Then you have talked of masturbation, the case of sex. All animals have sex. But they have only as much as is physically ordained to them. Neither less nor more. Neither less nor more. The dog does it only as much and as many times as he is physically designed to do. You offer him more, he will refuse to take. And that's why the sexual behavior of animal species varies so much. There are some species of animals that mate not even once in an year. Once every 2, 3, 4 years they mate. And beyond that they have no desire. Man is the only one who does not know how much sex does he want. Because for an animal, sex is just sex, a physical thing. It is not a route to something else. For an animal, sex is the thing and the end of the thing. For man, sex is not merely a thing. For man, sex is a medium that will lead to a great joy. And that great joy is synonymous with liberation from sorrow. So man does so much in order to get more sex. And man rapes. No animal rapes really. And man masturbates. Animals don't quite feel that need. And then you call your masturbation as a dirty thing. Dirty it indeed is if you do not realize what it really is. Once you realize that your weed, your power lust, your money lust, your body lust, all these are just sick expressions of your craving for the one truth, for liberation, for freedom, then you will not call these things as just dirty. Right now, it is easy for you. You label a few things in your life as dirty and sweep them under the carpet. And conveniently pull them out when nobody else is watching. These things are not merely dirty. They are expressions of the vitality that is beckoning you. They are your diagnosis. They are your reports from the pathology indicating your disease. They are useful. When I say useful, I do not mean to encourage you to continue with all those things. When I say they are useful, I mean to say, go into them and see that there is something very important that you are missing in your life. Give your life the real thing. Then why will you need cheap substitutes? Then you have asked, is it necessary to clean my habits for freedom? Is it a prerequisite? I understand that this is a stupid question and all that. There are many versions of this question. There are some who ask, does the liberated man then does not have sex at all? Does not gather money at all? Has no house, no family, no social relationships? Does he have no taste in food, no culinary choices? Not that way. You see, two things happen in the spiritual process. You must be very, very clear about it. You declare that you will be moving in only one direction in total surrender. You say that you are moving in the direction of the truth. Now there are parts of your being that will oppose you, right? They do. The spiritual process consists of dealing with those parts. There is part of you, many parts of you, who do not like your movement towards the truth, so they oppose you. What do you do with those who oppose you? One is you eliminate them. You overcome and eliminate them. That is one method. The other method is you overcome them, make them surrender to you, and turn them into your allies. Then you tell them to be aligned with you. Not oppose you, but be aligned with you. Both these things happen in the case of the spiritual seeker. Both these things. There is a lot in his being that he simply demolishes, eliminates. And then there are those physical parts that cannot be eliminated. What does he do with them? He aligns them with his real purpose. Somebody once asked me about the various relationships that Krishna has been shown to have. I said, it is not that the man stops relating to the woman if he is a Krishna. It's just that the man will relate to the woman and every aspect of the relationship will be Krishna-like, Krishnamaya. So even Ras is Krishnamaya. Even if a Krishna abandons the battlefield as he once did, it is Krishnamaya. All the tendencies get deeply dyed and colored in the color of Krishna. Am I able to put it across to you? So it is not as if the liberated man is without food or desires. It's just that his desires now serve the truth. Is the liberated man without a body? No, not without a body. It's just that everything that the body now does serves the truth. Of what other use is the body? There have been mystics who would drink. There have been saints who had families and progenies. There have been prophets who have killed. Even the killing would be aligned with the truth. Ramakrishna maintained a married life all his life. But even though he had a wife, the relationship was Ramakrishna-like. So it is not that he did not have a wife. Please understand the difference. There have been many saints and sages who did not bother to marry. And that is one way. It's a beautiful way. We are not bothering to marry. And the other way is, yes, there is the marriage, but the marriage is Ramakrishna-like. So if you are asking me, is it really necessary to clean up for freedom? Yes, it is necessary to clean up. But cleaning up may not necessarily be what you think of it. There is a kind of cleaning up which involves a total renunciation, and there is another cleaning up which involves alignment. What would you want? To chop off the head of your enemy or to turn the enemy into an ally? What would you want? In the spiritual process, both are needed and both are done. Who is the enemy we are talking of? The internal tendencies. Sometimes you chop their head off, you dismiss them totally, you don't deserve to exist, go away. And then there are times when you turn them into your allies. You say, if you have to exist, you will have to support me. If you have to exist, you will have to be aligned with my work. I will not tolerate you as an impediment. You will have to coexist with me as a helper, as a supporter. Kabir Sahib puts it beautifully. He does not say that he has slaughtered Maya. He says he has turned Maya into his maid. Now she cooks his food. That's what the saint does. He says, what's the fun in killing her? A greater victory is when I turn her into my servant. Now I sit and she comes and serves me food. And I say, you think of yourself as very smart. What kind of dal is this? The entire world you make a fool of. And the entire world is dancing to your tunes. But see, look at the quality of the curry you have cooked. Take this back. Redo. Why kill her if she can be maimed? Domesticated. In fact, one way to interpret the prevalence of consorts in Indian mythology is this. So, Shiv is with Parvati. Another name for Parvati is Prakriti. Another name for Prakriti is Maya. So Shiv is the one who is the Swami of Maya. Therefore, they all are in pairs, which means that they all have won over. They all have won over the one who was supposed to win them over. Doesn't Kabir Sahib say that it's Maya that's sitting in Shiva's house as Bhavani and in Vishnu's house as Kamla? So it's Maya that they have indeed married and become the Pati, the Swami. Both these words mean the Lord. Be the Lord of your tendencies. Be their Swami. Make them behave rightly. Teach them some manners. If you kill them, who will teach them manners? If you just kill, who will discipline them? Killing is a lazy man's job, is it not? Just slit the throat. Game over. It requires far greater effort to win her over and then teach her some manners. There will be times when killing will also be needed. And there will be times when winning rather than killing will be needed.